Oh, well, it would have been nice if you told me, mate. Hello everyone, welcome back to more Careering Onwards with me, Mr. Grantu, here with Bayern Munich into 2032 now, and we've lost one of our best coaches, Cristiano Ronaldo. He's only been a coach in his seat at a senior level for half a year, barely that, and he's off. He's now the manager at Sassuolo, and that really concludes what has been a period of pretty good on-field performances, but pretty disastrous off-field stuff. So obviously last time we did end our sort of inexplicable sticky patch where we went 4 games without a win, without a goal, without any sort of chance or highlight in our favour at all, with, we already got the win against Cologne and then wins against Celtic and Borussia Dortmund, which put us back on top of the Bundesliga. We are still on top of the Bundesliga, although not much has changed in terms of the amount we are leading by, but since then we are unbeaten. We have only played league games and then 1 game in the Champions League. It was a 3-0 win against Astra Giorgio, as you would expect. We topped our Champions League group as a result of that, Inter going through as well, and our reward is AZ Alkmaar, which I think is actually pretty good. They are top of the Eredivisie, but that's not bad really compared to some of the other teams we could have faced. We avoid PSG, we avoid Real Madrid, that's the main thing. And then in the league, it's been really good. We have won all but one of our league matches, a 3-0 win against FC Nuremberg, a 2-1 win against Hoffenheim there in third, so that's really good performance. The only sort of challenges to us and Dortmund, a 0-0 with Eintracht Frankfurt, which is disappointing, but luckily Dortmund then went and drew a game as well. After the winter break, we did beat River Plate 4-0 in a very good money-spinning event. He got £1 million for that one, which you'll see in a minute was a good thing. A 3-0 win then against Stuttgart, and then most recently 2 tight, narrow 1-0 wins. First of all against Wolfsburg, we left till the 88th minute before Ricardo Reckers scored in that one, and then a 1-0 win against RB Leipzig. Tony Sutherland getting his second goal for the club. He's not done well, but hopefully the sign of things to come. So I said we are still top of the Bundesliga, and we are still top of the Bundesliga, 2 points clear of Borussia Dortmund. They're the only team that's really mounting a serious challenge with us. I say serious challenge, I mean it's a 2-horse race. They're completely in it with us. We could easily lose it to them. Schalke and Hoffenheim are quite far back in relative terms, so yeah, it's not good. We drop points, they drop points. It cancelled itself out. We still got the 2-point lead. Our goal difference is massively better than theirs, but the points gap could be better. Hopefully today we can see an improvement. We've got Werder Bremen first of all, and then Bayer Leverkusen as well. And now we are back. It's the 31st of January, so you might be thinking, oh, did you make any transfers? Did you make some transfers? You said you were going to make some transfers. Well, did we? No. And the reason for that is quite simple, in that we are stone cold broke, 42 million in the red, and I mean I would have still spent the money. I had 65 million in the transfer budget left over from the summer, and I was going to maybe bring in a winger, bring in a centre back, something like that. January 1st comes around, get an email from the chairman informing me that my transfer budget is going to be reduced from 65 million to, well, it was 400,000, and I had to reduce it even more because I needed to renew a contract of somebody. So yeah, not ideal, not good. We look at the old projection, and it doesn't make good reading, does it? It's 163 million in a few years' time. Probably won't be there then, and things will hopefully improve at the end of the season. But it's not good. So it's not ideal really. One thing has gone well though, and that is that Marcus Antonio is no longer unhappy about the fact that we don't have depth in a position that we don't use. Unfortunately, the reason why he's not happy about that is because he has agreed to join Inter Milan on a free transfer at the end of the season, so just sort of doesn't really care anymore, which is it's not exactly what I was looking for, considering he's been one of our best players. Yes, he's 31. Yes, he's on a lot of money, but he's really good, isn't he? So I mean, he's kind of been sort of driving us through most of the season. He's the set piece taker as well. I mean, it's not how anyone wanted to end up. I did try and offer him a new contract. He just didn't want to talk to me because he was, as we mentioned, he's unhappy about the fact that we didn't have depth in a position that we didn't use, and the closest comparable position in the side he was playing in. So very strange, but there we go. He's still here for now though. We're going to have to make do with him and the rest of the team. The starting lineup, with the exception of Sutherland, who at least scored in the most recent game, have been really good. The problem, as we've said, is just the depth, which we can do nothing about until the summer, really. Apart from maybe like Bibby, everyone else has been pretty poor when called upon, but them's the breaks. So let's leave the off-pitch stuff to one side. Let's focus back on what's been pretty good. The on-pitch activity. Borussia Dortmund have won their game against FC Nuremberg, which means they go back above us. That's the danger of a 2-point gap. It means that if they keep winning, we have to keep winning as well. And our issue of depth is going to be put to the test in this one because Lorenzo Moraldi is suspended again. He does like doing that. So we're going to bring in Mylonas in his place. He's played occasionally. Pantelos Mylonas. He's pretty good. Not as good as Moraldi, but he's pretty good as a backup option. The rest of the team is going to be as full strength as it can be. Raul is going to be in goal, done very well so far this season. Rafinha, of course, we know how good he is anyway. Reta and Lupi have got they haven't got the line yet, but I think they've got a pretty good partnership from what I've seen so far. Neither of them is necessarily outstanding. It's a potential area to strengthen in the summer if we get any money at all, but they've both done pretty well. Falkenberg, Jack and Antonio, of course, the exceptional midfield. It's a shame that the guy with the 7.6 rating will not be here next season. Blame the board, it's their fault probably. Albel is going to be on the right hand side, Sutherland on the left, and Ricardo Reekers or Reckers, we're going with Reckers, is up front. 16 in 19. It's his best season since he left Ajax, and he was on the transfer list when we got here. So clearly, whoever's in charge of this club has no idea what they're doing. Right, so full rejoin lineup for Bremen. They've got Christian Amann, who we sold when we were in charge of Borussia Monchengladbach, of course, and then Peter Cummings up front, who is alright, not going to be getting in the England squad because we do have about 15 billion strikers. No centre-backs, but 15 billion strikers. I did mention it last time, but we are still playing Fikayo Tomori, who's 34 and who can't run, and who is not even playing a single game for Chelsea because that's what we're stuck with. Albel goes close. The last two games have both gone very similarly in that we've had to sort of be very patient, and then eventually we managed to get a goal. Albel swings it in for Sutherland, who heads over. We need to make sure we take a chance. Sutherland's got injured. He's pulled his groin, which is not something you should really be doing in public, but we're going to have to take him off. He's very injury prone, which I have to say I was completely warned about when I signed him, but I signed him anyway because there wasn't another better option. We'll bring Salhi on and hope that Sutherland's injury isn't going to be more than a day or two, but not ideal. Poor header from Rafinha, and it looks like Bremen are going to try and fashion a chance of some kind. We are sort of aimlessly running about trying to get the ball back. Sintes has very easily found a bit of room. He's beaten his man, and Cummings, we managed to block him, and Lupi can get it away. Corner comes in, and we're going to miss the set-piece influence of Antonio, I think. Hopefully we can get someone else in. Jack running through the defence, and the effort is wide. Well, we've totally dominated the stats. They've not had a shot, apparently. But we are still not actually any closer to getting a goal. And for the third game in a row, at half-time, it's 0-0. I'm going to say I'm far from pleased. And we're going to go attacking as well. Hopefully we can be a bit more positive and find a breakthrough, even just one goal. Jack running through, and this time Heiko Jack does find the target, and he does get us a goal. Assist from Mylonas as well. I mean, just chucked the ball at him. It wasn't really much skill involved. Jack runs through the defence. No one's getting anywhere near him. Pretty terrible defending from Bremen, but we've got the lead. We'll go back down to balanced now that we've scored, and obviously as soon as we've done that, it's Bremen from kickoff coming forwards. Darren Goth in goal for them there. He finds Borges, and Rafinha cleans up the work there for us, and then it sets Salhi away, and Salhi has scored. The first effort was pretty poor directly at the goalkeeper, but he's alive enough to put the rebound in, and in the absence of Tony Sutherland, at least we have got a relatively capable backup on that side. I mean, he has scored a few goals, hasn't he? This is his third of the season. Relatively capable. I mean, he didn't even look. That the arrogance of the man. All right, 2-0, 2 goals in quick succession, 11 shots on target to their none. They've not had a single shot at all so far. Still, I mean, if we lose it from here, that'll be pretty poor. Sintes tries to put the ball across. He does. We've cleared it just about. All right, into the final 10. We're going to make a change. I've not really been making many changes recently, which is probably going to cause some serious injuries to various players. But I don't trust anyone on the bench. That's the problem. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference today, though. Rafinha working on the left-hand side, ball across, and he was aiming for Tralabus, but but instead it was put in by Patrice Bessie or Bess for an own goal that looked pretty poor from Bremen, who have not offered anything really today. Rafinha puts it across, and I'm going to cut it out by kicking it into the goal. Right, we can win completely and utterly relax. Now, you would think bring baby on for the final few seconds of this one, but we could be like this every week, then we would be probably 10 points clear, and I wouldn't have any worries whatsoever. But it's not always this easy. And there we go. What a good second half performance after a okay but not goal scoring first half performance, and I'm pleased with the result. Another 3 points. We go back above Dortmund. Very good, very good. Right, if we can just avoid any bids for our players. Patrick Albel is wanted by, it was Man United at one point. It's now Real Madrid. Brilliant. He's just getting all the other teams who want to sign him. He's not going to go anywhere because I don't think we can replace him, because the board only want us to have, I think it's like 30% of the transfer revenue, and that's not going to be enough to replace him. Right, we've agreed to get Iker Casillas in as Cristiano Ronaldo's replacement. I mean, one Real Madrid legend for another there. January window is now closed. We've not sold anyone apart from a few youth prospects who were never really going to amount to anything. And, I mean, frankly, given our financial state, they kind of had to go. Right then, a chance to extend the gap at the top, because Dortmund are not playing until, I assume, tomorrow, and we're playing Bayern Leverkusen today. And the team is going to be back to even more full strength because Miraldi is no longer suspended. We'll bring him in, although actually, I mean, Milanos did actually do really quite well, so I think he deserves to go on the bench for this one, if nothing else. But anyway, no other changes. Sutherland didn't get injured, luckily, because we took him off when we did, which means we are full strength as much as possible, raring to go for this one. Still some familiar faces in the Leverkusen lineup. They've got Fedor Shalov, Oliver Batista Maya, Gianluca Aita as well, but they're all getting on a bit. Kaminsky up front for them he's pretty decent, isn't he? So no, it was not going to be easy, especially away from home. We didn't beat them in the first leg. They're managed by Antonio Conte as well, which is, well, no, it's not Conte. Max Allegri. I'm getting confused. I think Conte did manage them at some point. I mean, any former Italian Juventus managers, they just merge into one, really. Right, we've got to be winning this week. Well, we can't afford any sort of slip-ups, really, because Dortmund are just being really good this season as well, and they keep winning all their games. We need to make sure we win all ours. Now, if we do draw, then we will still be top because our goal difference is really good, but let's not let that happen. The first half is disappearing in traditional fashion of absolutely nothing, just as we saw in the previous match and then in the other matches that I played before that one. It's 0-0 at half time. We've dominated, they've done nothing. We have still not got a goal though, and not a highlight either. Let's see a bit more in the second half, please, or just anything at all. They're being very Italian in their defensiveness, I guess. It's an hour's gone and nothing has happened. Right, we need to make a change. Tony Sutherland is not having his finest hour. We'll bring on Salhi. He did score in the last game. And they have brought in a regen called Kevin Can Think. I mean, he sure can. He can think so much. He's joining Eintracht Frankfurt at the end of the season. Right, can we do something, please? Nothing happening at the moment. Not a single thing. I'm going to demand more. And we've got something. It worked. We've got a highlight, and it's us, Rafinha. It bounces off everyone. It's gone to Falkenberg, and he's smashed it home. And it's very similar to the previous game where we did nothing, and then eventually Jack managed to score. Rafinha chucks the ball in. Marcus Antonio plays it back to him. Then Rafinha puts the ball in. It ricochets off the defender, and Falkenberg just grabs it, flings it past the goalkeeper, and Leverkusen, understandably, looks stunned. Right, if that could be the only highlight, that would be good. What again? They've not had a single shot in the entire game. Not a single shot. Not made any other changes. That is the only highlight of the game, and it's another really narrow 1-0 win where the opposition do nothing, and we managed just to scrape it through. I'm going to say it's a good win. Leverkusen are not an easy side, despite the fact that they've not had a single shot in that game. And, well, we've found the breakthrough, just about 5 points clear at the moment. Obviously, Dortmund yet to play this round of fixture. And, well, we can't really argue with that. We've got the result. 5 wins in a row. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Now, we'll stick with this see what happens with the Dortmund game. I'm assuming they're playing tomorrow. And indeed, they are. Hoffenheim, the evening fixture. They're in 4th place, Hoffenheim, and it's away from home. Can we get a bit of help from them, or is it going to be another Dortmund win? It's not either of those things. We do get a bit of help. It's a draw, 2-2. I mean, I'll take that. I will take that. And it means that we are, after 21 games played, 4 points. The gap is now 4 points. We can afford. That's the main thing, because we've still got to play Dortmund. We want to be in a position whereby we can, as long as we win all the other games, we can lose to Dortmund and it doesn't actually matter. And that is how we find ourselves at the moment. So then, next time, we will be back. I think we probably should get past AZ Alkmaar, but you never know. They are top of the Eredivisie at the moment, ahead of, or quite some way ahead of Feyenoord and Ajax. So they're not pushovers by any means, but you would expect us to probably win that. So I think we'll be back for the second leg, unless we're like ridiculously massive scoreline ahead, which I don't think is very likely. But you know, yeah, we'll come back for the second leg, probably with Hertha Berlin, because I like playing home matches. They're fun, and we'll see what happens with that one. And then we're getting towards the end of the season now. We've got Dortmund obviously coming up. Hopefully that will be with another Champions League game. We will see how things go. But yeah, it's getting interesting that finally, for the first time in a while, we've actually got a little bit more of a cushion. Not a massive one, but it's one of those little flat ones, but it's a little bit of a cushion. So can we keep it up? Who knows? The only way to find out is to make sure you subscribe, like this video as well, share it as well if you can, and I will see you next time for some Champions League action, some more Bundesliga action. Of course, no DFB Pokal to play in, but at least, hopefully, we can win the Bundesliga. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.